While the Y460 design won't catch many eyes, the beauty is in the details on this one. Most of the sleek laptop is painted in a glossy black with some very minor orange highlights. The highlights are subtle but create a nice effect. You'll also notice the plethora of white LEDs above the keyboard, which are mostly functional. There are two LEDs offset from just the center that just pulse, which admittedly creates a nice effect. We've used many a laptop in our time, including nearly every model from Lenovo since the ThinkPad T42. Laptop keyboards tend to vary greatly in layout and typing experience, though every laptop from Lenovo we've used has a solid typing experience. Unfortunately, the Ideapad Y460 lets us down. The keyboard layout is overall standard and practical, with its 6-row layout and useful home and page up, page down keys laid out on the right side. The function key is on the lower left corner, as with all Lenovo laptops. The problem with the Y460's keyboard is the large amount of flex and the general lack of tactile feedback. The keys have a very soft response to them, and as a heavy-handed typer, I experience a large amount of flex when I type at any significant speed. Lenovo's Ideapads have been a hit or miss with the performance of their touchpad, but the Y460's performs well. It's responsive and has a texture to it that creates a nice tactile experience. The size is plenty sufficient, though the location is not ideal for my big hands. It's placed slightly left of the center, as are many of the other touchpads, making it very easy for my left palm to rest on the touchpad. Increasing the palm sensitivity option in the touchpad options help a bit, but ultimately the touchpad location is problematic for me. The Y460 uses a 16:9 ratio HD resolution glossy LCD like nearly all of its brethren. The color saturation and overall image quality are quite good, on par for this category of notebooks. I never had to use above half brightness indoors. The viewing angles won't win any awards, but they are sufficient for the average user and don't leave you hunting for the perfect LCD angle. We've delved into one aspect of the Y460's multimedia prowess earlier, but it doesn't end there. The speakers are JBL branded and deliver pretty decent sound. They are at the higher end of all laptop speakers, but of course they don't hold a candle to the proper external speakers or headphones. Lenovo's Ideapad Y series has always been a mid to high end system, and it comes accordingly equipped. The recently refreshed Y460 uses Intel new 2010 core processors, and all models come with a 4GB of RAM and Windows 7 Home Premium 64-bit. 500GB hard drives, DVD burners, and Bluetooth are all standard across the line as well. You also come fully loaded with ports. On the left side of the Y560, you have a headphone and mic jacks, two USB 2.0 ports, an Ethernet jack, an HDMI output, and a VGA output. On the right side, you'll find another USB 2.0 port, a eSATA USB 2.0 combo port, Express Card 34 slot, optical drive, AC jack, and a Kingston lock slot. This is a very strong set of features in a consumer notebook, which helps explain why this isn't a $500 bottom basement machine. Unfortunately, battery life is an area where we've never been truly impressed with Ideapads. Lenovo's design choices generally prohibit larger capacity batteries, so many of the systems are limited to 6-cell batteries, the Y460 included. Also of note is that our Y460 has switchable graphics, with manual switching available between the on-CPU Intel HD and discrete ATI Mobility Radeon HD 5650 1GB graphics. What we liked about the Lenovo Ideapad Y460 was the solid chassis design, the great performance, and it's loaded with features. What we really didn't like about it was the poor battery life, the mushy keyboard, and it's a little bit pricey for the features that you get. We've generally liked Lenovo Ideapads over the past few years, as they have expanded from an Asia-only niche to Lenovo's consumer products across the world. Priced at around $1,000 depending on the configuration, the Ideapad Y460 is definitely a premium offering. The technology inside is a bit competitive for the price range, with 4GB of RAM, 500GB of storage, and a 2010 Intel Core processors on every model. The features are strong as well, with nearly every connection you could need. Unfortunately, the devil is in the details, as the mushy keyboard and mediocre battery life should make you weigh carefully the Y460 against other options like a better price Ideapad, competing models from HP or Dell, or even the ThinkPad T410, which runs in the same price range.